Hello everybody, my name is Lauren.
And I'm Kyle.
And we are the coaches at Team Cosmic Bodies. And today we are just going to be talking about the mini cut that I'm doing right now. I mean, I've been getting a lot of questions on Instagram, and I will be documenting the whole thing here on my YouTube channel. And yeah, so we're kind of just gonna go over why I'm doing the mini cut, and when you should do one, when you shouldn't do one, and just how we're kind of going to go about it. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I think people kind of blow it out of proportion. And I mean, that happens a lot with fitness industry in general, right? This term mini cut, and, you can cut real quick, and, it's just, I don't know, people kind of overthink it. But yeah, it's an advanced tool, usually for, I want to say, intermediates, advanced people. It definitely depends. I mean, some beginners can use it, but it just depends, right? So with her case, she did a year-long, give or take 9-month contest prep to win her pro card last year. And see how I'm looking big picture here. Like, I have to give you the background a little bit.
Yeah.
Where she got to 8% body fat. Right? And then it was her first experience using the recovery diet, where she put on quite a bit of weight, got her period back, menstrual cycle back within a month. And I think we both it was good that we did the recovery diet, but we probably overdid it, maybe a few pounds or so. Nothing big, not a big deal. So yeah, she's been gaining for about 7 months.
Yeah.
I'm also been gaining that long. I'm gonna do my mini cut in, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. I have a longer off season. And I'm more undermuscular from my division. That's why I'm not like quickly going into one. I'm just trying to see how much I can gain. But because she's competing, in 2019,
Yeah.
and she's a professional now, it's just time to clean things up, right? So she's advanced. She's did a 7-month surplus.
It's been 7 months here and a surplus of calories. I've gained...
Like a serious surplus, putting on muscle, training hard, nothing, so consistent. There hasn't been hiccups where it's I stopped training for 2 weeks, or
No.
I lost weight for 2 weeks. No, she's been continuously gaining.
I've been in a surplus of calories here, and I've gained 26 pounds post show. So got up to 26 pounds. Stage weight was around 120. I got up to 146 right before the mini cut because we ate some Chipotle and some wines, and maybe that's what spiked it up a little bit. But yeah, so I got up to 146, and that's 26 pounds above my stage weight. And the reason why we're doing this mini cut is because it's time to lose some fat. Because hey, if I kept being in this surplus, I would probably get up 30 pounds plus, maybe 40. And, I just don't want to do that. When I start my contest prep in 6 months, I don't want to have to lose 40 pounds. I mean, that just sounds crazy to me. I want to lose 15.
Well, yeah, you have to look at the big picture goal, and she's a physique athlete, right? So it's not just about building muscle, it's about having everything, the whole package. So instead of doing a 40-pound fat loss, weight loss for her contest prep, which would take a lot longer than we want, and she might lose a little bit more muscle than we want with that. So it's just cleaning things up. It's just doing some of the work that she would have to do at some point and cleaning it up now to do it now. It's very quick, get in, get out. So no metabolic adaptations. If so, they're very minor. If she does 6 weeks, there might be very, very minor, but really no metabolic adaptations where your metabolism will adapt. It's just because it's so quick. And another reason why she won't really be losing that much muscle, and she'll be kind of losing more fat, because in the beginning of your fat loss period, especially acute one, it just, I don't know, I feel like she's just not going to really lose that much muscle. It's kind of she has so much fat she can take away from her glycogen. Quick. So yeah, get in, get out, 4 to 6 weeks. It's pretty aggressive, right? We're not really messing with cardio too much, just some steps. And yeah, she's going into a 700-800 calorie deficit. So hopefully she'll lose, in the beginning, she'll lose water weight and glycogen in the beginning, so in the fluids. But yeah, she should lose like 2 pounds a week of fat, you know, at least, if not more in the beginning because of the water.
And mini cuts are actually part of this whole like building phase. It's actually not going to hold me back at all. It's actually going to propel me forward in a way, because right now I'm going to lose this unnecessary amount of body fat on my body, and then after the mini cut I'm just going to be in a perfect position to put on muscle again with the increasing calories and training, you know, hard in the gym again. So I won't be gaining like as much fat, but I will be putting on muscle.
Yeah, part of it has to be with like insulin sensitivity and nutrient partitioning, just kind of cleaning things up again, desensitizing it, and you know, she brings up how she won't gain it all back, you know, so if we could lose 10, 15 pounds, give or take, in this 4 to 6 week period, then there's no metabolic adaptations, or very small amounts, so she can kind of just bring the calories back up without her just gaining a bunch of weight. Plus, if we do it right, which maybe we can do another video about it, but basically we bring down her training volume these first few weeks.
Definitely.
And then do a deload week, and then we can even bring her food back up to maintenance for the last week of the mini cut, and she'll still lose weight in the beginning there and just kind of be going forward here, and then from there we go back into a surplus. And because of the nutrient partitioning and no metabolic adaptations, it's just like quick, get in, get out. And from there, I think we have a goal of
putting on maybe 5 pounds.
Yeah,
or
so if she's 146, we got her down to 130, give or take. And then we get her back up to like 135.
And then I start my prep at 135.
So instead of starting her prep at 150.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
But here's the trick. After this mini cut, you know, we have a lot of time, so she actually has to be very careful about just calorie intake and making sure she's not eating out like too often, or she's planning ahead for that kind of stuff, because it's real easy to gain it back quick and have to start, you know.
Mini cuts are very aggressive, and not anybody can just do one. Like, you have to have gone through a serious diet before, like a serious prep, because it is really aggressive. And you can't, you know, binge eat or, you know, do something like that during a mini cut, because that's just really not going to be good. I do plan on doing a refeed maybe in the next week or two, but like mini cuts are very, it's aggressive, and you have to be, you know, used to being in a calorie deficit before, like getting ready for a show or something like that. I wouldn't recommend a mini cut to somebody that has like binge issues, just because of how aggressive it is. Like it's 4 to 6 weeks. I'm trying to lose 10 to maybe 15 pounds here. And maybe we can bring up why,
well, it's just really not for everyone. I mean, if you're like an intermediate or beginner, I don't know. I wouldn't worry too much about insulin sensitivity and nutrient partitioning. Again, it's so more advanced, like how consistent she is. Look how much muscle she has. She's been training for 5-6 years now. Like, really
I'm used to dieting. I know what dieting is all about. Like,
yeah, and she is a professional IFBB bikini. Like, if you're not in the same position, it's just not as important as people think. You don't have to gain all this weight and then be like, oh, I'm going to do a mini cut every 2 or 3 months. No, it's really not about that. We're very strategic of why we're doing it, and I think we explained that well, with what's going on in her life in the last year, with also what's going on in her life in the next year.
Mini cuts are not a chance to, you know, you're just doing a mini cut to lose weight and to lose all this weight and look really good in 4 weeks. Like, no, it's actually like part of the building phase. It really is. It's part of like the muscle building phase.
Because it can turn into yo-yo dieting real quick.
Yeah. Mini cut, bulk, and like you just keep going in between. Like, you
have
can't
to be
do
very
that.
consistent, very smart, already have habits, already on the right page. So I don't know, people bring it up a lot. There is a time and place, and
I wouldn't recommend doing one, like, say if you just competed and say you gained 20 pounds post-show, and it's been a month and you're like, oh no, I gained 20 pounds, like, I'm gonna do a mini cut. Don't do a mini cut. don't.
Just hold off for at least
Hold
3 or
off.
4 months.
Yeah.
In serious, it's still just going to be hard to get back into the mindset, willpower wise, to do aggressive mini cut. Metabolism wise, you might not respond as well as you want to. So yeah, that's what I mean by gain 20 pounds post show. Don't just go right into a mini cut, because that turn is just.
This is gonna be a really bad.
It's almost just like, okay, I messed up, but you can still be gaining muscle. Like, it's not like your nutrient partitioning's F. Like, we're all young somewhat, and even if you're not young, you're exercising quite a bit. So just exercise in general help with insulin sensitivity. Just being active, physical. So.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about this. It's actually kind of exciting to have like
it's
a fat loss goal again. And I am really excited about it for sure.
Yeah. Seeing her
It
do
is aggressive.
I'm excited. I'm going to do 1 2 in 2-3 months from now. See, I'm holding off a little longer. I'm competing in 2020. So I have more time in an off season. I'm also an undermuscular for my division. I'm making great gains. It stops your progress in the gym. You know what I mean? Like, you're taking away from muscle building.
Yeah, I'm not going to be feeling too good in the gym these next 4 weeks.
It's a strategic reason of why she's doing it, and partly it's because you're competing next year and we got to clean things up. So
I gotta clean things up. I don't want to get my weight up to 150.
And the reason why we're talking about weight going up no matter what, it's like, oh, why don't you just maintain where you're at and then do your contest prep? Because we're trying to be aggressive with muscle building. So that's why people it's an advanced tool. Like, you bulk because every time you put on weight, you're gonna be putting on muscle if you're strength training. So it's like, for every how many pounds of weight you put on, you're putting on fat, you're putting on muscle. So you have to be eating in a surplus to really be aggressive and optimize this stuff. Wow, I look so short. So yeah, that's why it's like she's, she would have to get to 150, 160 if she wanted to continue to put on muscle. But this little mini cut, and then she can gain back another 5 pounds in 5 or 6 months, and then do her contest prep.
And I'm just gonna put on muscle like that. Like, if you guys have ever competed before, you kind of know that feeling where right after you do a contest prep, you're like, you put on muscle like fast, just because you're eating all these calories again. You're training hard in the gym. You're like in a really good position to put on muscle. And this is just part of the process. So I think we went over everything I kind of wanted to get across.
For the main,
sure.
I mean, we can do another one.
Yeah, we'll do it like a part 2 or something like that. So if you have any questions about mini cuts, if we missed something, just ask down below, and we will make sure we answer that in the next video.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, a lot of common reasons people want to do a mini cut is either they gain too much weight post show, or another. It's kind of funny. They'll be like, I'm this much. One, they didn't get shredded enough for their show, but they're like, I'm this much weight above my stage show, and it'd be like nothing, like 6 pounds or something small, and they're like, I want to do a mini cut. It's like, no, just put on some weight.
I'm feeling fluffy. I'm feeling fluffy right now. I want to do a mini cut. No, like that's part of the process. Like, in your off season, you gotta be a little uncomfortable in your body sometimes. Like, just like in prep.
You just gotta stop looking at yourself as so much.
Yeah, it's like, so yeah, I was very uncomfortable in my physique, around 145, and I was, around that for quite some time. And now it's time to just clean it up and get back into the building phase. And it's just part of the process and journey. So I'm excited to share everything with you all. So
like, subscribe, boom.
Yeah, there you go. Alrighty, bye.